Hi, I'm Allison from Learning at the Primary Pond. I'm a literacy specialist, and in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 fun alphabet activities that you can use with your students. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that now, and then also hit that little bell so that you're notified every time I post a brand new video about teaching literacy in K2. Okay, so let's talk alphabet learning. Now, many kids will start to learn the alphabet when they learn the letters in their name, or when they sing the alphabet song, but at this point, they still don't know much about letters, how they work. They're just starting to learn the alphabetic principle. And the alphabetic principle is the concept that when we take letters, they represent sounds, and those sounds can be put together to read and spell words. That's the alphabetic principle, and that's what we're working toward, but it starts with kids maybe, again, just recognizing the letters in their name, or being able to sing the alphabet song. That's really where it starts. And if you're teaching kindergarten or even preschool, you are going to have kids coming in with various levels of knowledge about the alphabet. That is totally normal. That's okay. And your job is to take them where they're at and grow their alphabet knowledge. Now, when you are teaching the alphabet, and we're talking about kindergarten here, the research shows that it is beneficial to teach the letter name, the letter sound, how to even form the letter, and then do some phonemic awareness surrounding the letter sound to do all of that together, okay? And what we're gonna focus on in this video is more the part of that that's recognizing letters, being able to know like, oh, this is the letter M, and being able to pick out all examples of the letter M. So being able to recognize alphabet letters and the alphabet letter names. Now, some of the activities that I'm going to show you could also be adapted to work on letter sounds, but for today, we're really just focusing on letter recognition and names, and then just keep in the back of your mind that you're also going to be working on building students' letter sound knowledge simultaneously. Before I show you these fun activities, I want you to know that prior to you having the kids work on these, you need to directly instruct them in the alphabet letters. So if you're introducing the letter M, the letter name, the sound, the formation, all of that requires explicit instruction. And these activities that I'm going to show you are more designed to be practice activities to reinforce what you're teaching, okay? So with that in mind, I am curious, and I would love it if you'd leave a comment. Do you have any favorite activities for introducing an alphabet letter? Let me know in the comments. Would love to hear from you. Okay, so let's get into these activities. Now, what I'm going to show you here can be used in a variety of ways. So you can use these ideas in different ways, but the exact set that I'm showing you is from my alphabet pack that features Alfie, the alphabet alligator. And so the way that it works is you have this sheet and it introduces the kids to Alfie. You read it to them. They get to know Alfie a little, and then there's different challenges. We have different challenge sheets where it'll say like, oh, you know, Alfie is juggling too many limes and lemons. Can you help him find the limes and lemons that only have the letter F on them? So there's like little challenges for him to do, which like gamifies it. It makes it kind of like what they might see in a video game or an app, which of course is appealing to kids. And it just makes this whole process of learning to recognize letters that much more fun. So again, you're going to be able to take these ideas and use them. But if you want the entire pack that's done for you with tons of alphabet recognition activities, go to the caption because I'm going to include a link for this alphabet set with Alfie, the alphabet alligator. So if you think that would be fun for your kiddos, go ahead and grab that after this video. Okay, so the first activity that I want to talk about is just cover the letter. Now this is so simple. You're working on the letter F, and for example, you give them snap cubes, which is if you give them the cubes like this, it's good for fine motor too. They have to snap one off. And then they would, of course, have this on a tabletop or on the floor, and they are covering only the letter F with a cube, okay? So they're looking for those examples. Now, this is very simple, right? But what this does is it's helping them develop their ability to distinguish the letter F from other letters, because as you can see, not all of these are the letter F, right? So they have to pick it out. And as kids are learning phonics to be able to read, there's a part of the brain that processes visual input. So literally like being able to recognize these letters, which is what this is working on. And so there's also another part of the brain that processes sounds. And so when we're doing things like phonological awareness, phonemic awareness, which is another video for another time. That's what we're developing when we're developing the sounds part. So we're developing the sounds part, the visual part with activities like this. And when you start teaching letters and sounds, then you're helping them bridge the sounds or, make connections between the letter sounds and what the letters actually look like. So that's how kids learn phonics and learn to read. That's kind of the big picture view. But here, again, all you're having them do is cover specific letters with the letter F. And if you use snap cubes or something like this, and they have to like snap them on and off, then that's also developing fine motor skills. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. Now, normally when I would do these, I would, because they finish usually pretty quickly, I would give them a couple of these to work with. And you don't have to put them in a page protector like I did. You can get these on Amazon. They're just like sheet protectors, page protectors. And so I would give them maybe a couple of letters to work on at a time just because they do tend to finish this quickly. Now, another option for like a cover the letter activity is something where it's paper and pencil. You could have them color in the lemons and limes with the letter F. You could also have them use a bingo dabber or some kind of stamper and just stamp the letters. So lots of options here. Simple, but again, developing that visual awareness of like, okay, what does the letter F look like? And can I differentiate between the letter F and other letters? So that is a cover the letter activity. Our next activity is a little maze. So these are super fun. And the challenge here is that Alfie is needing to get to his turtle friend. And so what you would have the kids do is they can either, now there's so many options here too, right? You could literally put this in a sheet protector and have them use cubes again, or counters, or counting bears. Switching out the kind of material you use will help keep things fresh and exciting for the kids. So you could make it very hands-on like this. You could also have them just, so basically what they're doing is this is for the letter G, right? And Alfie has to follow the letter G. So they're learning to ignore the other letters that aren't G and follow this maze to get to the turtle. So it's another like visual differentiation type of task. So you could have them circle letters, you could have them bingo stamp the letters. Really, the options are endless. They could use markers, they could use crayons, because in this pack, I actually have these for every single alphabet letter. I also have like the cover the letter for every single alphabet letter. And so here, maybe you do a couple of mazes and then, a week or so later you bring out some more. Well, maybe sometimes you have them use cubes and sometimes you have them use bingo stampers and sometimes you have them use markers. So it keeps it fun and fresh for them, even though it's the same activity. And it's still like a game, right? Like it's a little maze and they finally get to the end and they're excited because they helped Alfie find his turtle friend. So letter mazes, super simple, but also really fun and good for that visual like differentiation. I should also add, you can have the kids use these materials exactly like I've described, where they're literally just finding the letter. However, you can also incorporate some kind of letter naming, or if you even wanted to get into letter sounds, where like when they cover the letter, they have to say out loud F. They cover another letter, F. They find the G, they have to say G. You could also have them say the letter sound. So you can incorporate more than just like visual differentiation, but when kids are first just learning even what the letters look like, I recommend keeping it simple. Okay, so we had cover the letter, we had the alphabet maze, and then this one is something where they actually get up and they will walk around the room. So what you do is, I have in the Alfie pack, which again, the link for that's in the caption, I have all of these eggs and you cut them apart in the dotted lines here. Not sure if you can see that. You could do it colored paper too, just for fun. And you post these around the classroom, right? And you can kind of like make some low, make some a little higher. Obviously they have to be at like kid level so that they can see them, but it becomes a scavenger hunt, right? So you post these around the classroom. I like to use painter's tape, painting tape. I'm sure there's a more technical word for it, but if you use that, then it will easily come off of like, because you can tape this on like a, like a shelf or whatever else. And if you use that painter's tape, then it comes off easily. But anyway, post these around the classroom. Don't post them in order. So like the A might be over here, the B might be over there, really mix them up. And then every kiddo is gonna get, this could be a center, it could be like everybody's doing it at once. they're going to get a recording sheet. And so what the recording sheet has on it is a letter that is dotted and a letter that is solid. And so they have to find the dotted letter. So you can see here that the capital A is what they find. And then when they find it, they then, they're searching around the classroom. When they find the appropriate, or when they find any letter, it doesn't matter if it's in order, if it's out of order, they find that letter and then they get to trace it on their recording sheet. So you want them to have a clipboard. And let's say they're walking around, they find the letter F and it's the lowercase. So they then take a marker, crayon, pencil, whatever, and they trace the lowercase letter F. So they keep searching around the classroom until they've found one of each letter. And sometimes it's the capital and sometimes it's the lowercase. So you're also teaching them, to look at matching pairs of capital and lowercase letters. I hope you have fun with these 3 activities. And remember, if you want to check out the Alfie, the alphabet set to have all of these like challenge cards and just little engaging pieces to practice the alphabet letters, there's a link in the caption for this video. All right, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.